Hello Taurus, welcome to your July 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found alchemy. Well, it's a lot. Let's get started here. Let's get started with these cards first. It looks like overshadowing your month here, you have a transition that you're going through, a transitional phase in your life. You may be very contemplative at this time. You may have put some of your dreams here on hold during this time so you could figure things out. There is a warning here towards overspending, to be careful of that. It's not a major warning, it's just a sort of footnote. And here you have, this is interesting. This is very interesting, actually. So you have the card of, you had that card of transition, and here we are, another card of transition. Obviously, this is literal man turning into wolf type thing, but obviously you're not turning into a wolf anytime soon. But the thing is it is a time of transition for you. You are changing from one thing into another. Perhaps your ancestors are on your mind of late, people who have passed away. This could also be an indication that someone who's passed away is watching over you and is by your side through these times. In other aspects, this could be you thinking about the people who came before you, how they're like you, how they're not like you, where do you fit in. It could be a very contemplative time. You have better business here in reverse, and honestly, that just means that business is not on your mind right now. You're not thinking about work quite so much. It has nothing to do with bad business. You have the Rebel here, which is kind of cool. It's the Rebel is, it usually reminds me of Aquarius, to be honest with you, but the warning with this card is that limiting beliefs are limiting your abundance. Your abundance could be anything, whatever you consider abundance. It could be money. It could be something within you that stops you from being happy and moving forward in a way. Abundance is children, a relationship, a good job, a retirement fund. Whatever it is you think abundance is, there is something in your mind that's limiting your beliefs, limiting your reach, so to speak. You have the card of letting go here, and it's coming in sideways. So that's a decision that you are going to have to make this month. You are going to have to figure out whether you're letting go of something or not. This could be anything, and I'm sure it'll be different for all of you. It could be obviously a job. It could be a person. It could be an aspect of yourself that you're really being contemplative with here. You do have the full moon in Libra here coming in reversed, which is interesting. The full moon in Libra was on March 24th alongside the lunar eclipse. Now, if you think back to that time, think about what you were going through at that time. Did you go through anything emotionally? Did you go through anything psychologically? Did you go through anything, period? That it seems to be you might have had a win-win forecast during that time, and you no longer have that feeling about whatever was going on, or you had a lose outcome for that time, and now you're starting to feel differently. But anyway, it is a shift. You are shifting from whatever it was you were at that time. You have the speculum, which furthermore tells me you are going introspective here for sure. This is a very introspective thing. You're taking the speculum glass and you're looking at yourself, your life, your choices very hard. You're putting it under a microscope, so to speak, and you're trying to figure out where you fit in, what you're doing, what choices have you made that have gotten you to this point, what choices can you make to get you to a different point, to level you up, right? Let's go through your reading. Then after that, we will clarify everything. And then after we clarify everything, we'll take a peek into your next month. You do start out the month with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can be seen as a card of being very tired. You might have gone through something recently that has made you exhausted, and it could be exhausted on a physical level, an emotional level, a spiritual level. You have been under a great deal of stress with this thing, but I have to tell you, the stress is helping you. I mean, the stress is an indication that you're growing. On this side, it would be just stress. And on this side, if you see he's headed towards a village, his stress is getting him somewhere. So I think whatever introspective energy you have, whatever you have gone through, especially since this eclipse, is really difficult, but it's benefiting you. And here you do have the Two of Wands, which is you beginning to plan, you beginning to figure out, okay, what's next now that I've gone through whatever I've gone through. And that's really nice energy. Now here mid-month, you have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is, you know, in the traditional Rider-Waite is a Taurus. You could see the bull clearly on the card, and in this deck not so much. It could be any earth sign, but on this side of Taurus, he is enjoying his present time. He's in the moment, but he understands he has that fertility behind him. It looks like your future has been thought out and really planned well as far as your finances. You're going to have choices. This is centering your whole month. And they're good choices. Like on this side, it would be a little bit different if you see the look on his face. But on this side, it's all positive choices. And it's centering your whole month. Your month might revolve around choices, transition, thoughts, trying to figure out what to let go, what to bring toward you. What are your limiting beliefs? You may have love on your mind here with the Ten of Cups. And these choices may involve a love situation for sure. Here at the end of the month, you have some, it's sort of competitiveness. It could be a little fighting, a little bantering, a little back and forth with somebody. You do have the Seven of Wands here. And on this side of the Seven of Wands, you do put down that wand and you relinquish. You stop arguing. You stop taking part in whatever this is. You put a stop to it. And you do take off in a direction at the end of the month, and you are fairly determined. That is a really nice determined energy here, Taurus. You have, so let's look at this again. You do have you being a little worn out. You thinking about your past and how your past contributed to certain things in your future that are very positive, and you sort of going to battle with someone. I mean, when I say battle, it's probably a little bit of a dramatic statement, but it is some sort of a thing. It's a back and forth argument, discussion. It could be a pretty curt discussion. It could be anything like that, but you seem to have something on your mind this month, and you're very agitated by it, back and forth by it. You have a little bit of stress. You have choices. Maybe this stress comes from these choices, trying to figure out what you want. And, you know, you do put down that wand and say, okay, I'm done fighting. I'm tired of fighting. And you are making plans again. You're thinking about love, and you're taking off in a direction at the end of the month at a very, very strong, assertive type energy. And that's really, really nice. I think I'm going to clarify this before we go on to that. Show me the beginning of the month for Taurus. Taurus, it looks like you are highly thought of. That's really nice. You may be highly thought of for sure. I think the introspection, you may be a little hard on yourself a little bit, but you have to understand you are highly thought of. Mid-month. Show me mid-month, please. You have the birth or conception of a child or enterprise. You could be giving birth to something here. You know, I have to tell you, for many of you, this is a love situation. The birth or conception of a love situation, a conception or a fertilization or a step up. It looks like you struggle with this a little bit. It looks like you're going to have choices. Big time choices are the thing this month. And there is some sort of a takeoff here. You do, and remember when I said at the end of the month here, you have this, you're kind of going back and forth, battling a little bit with someone. It says a misunderstanding, a wall. Now, is it you that's building the walls here, Taurus, or is it the other person? Either way, those walls have to come down. There is a misunderstanding that came out of this wall. that was built on either side, and it needs to come down for this misunderstanding to give way to this Ten of Cup energy. So yeah, let's look at your warnings here. You do have here the Queen of Cups. You might be dealing with a water sign. It doesn't have to be a female. There may be a female or a male water sign here that you need to be careful with this month for some reason. It is coming in your warnings. This also could be a warning of your own turbulent emotions this month, and to keep a kind of handle on that. Another warning here is to not be indecisive like this. Like, this could be you at times where you see, you don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it. It's like almost a stubborn energy of not wanting to see, not wanting to hear. And this is in reverse, and Spirit is telling you that it's really time to not do that. That's a warning. And not to think too much of the past. You may be overcome with feelings, thoughts, and emotions from the past. And that is a warning. And, you know, warning is a very strong word, but it's sort of a thing to keep in mind, okay? Now, your potential blessings. Wow, you have the Queen of Pentacles here, Taurus. And this is the King's counterpart. It's beautiful energy. I mean, the King and Queen of Pentacles are perfectly suited for one another. This Queen, male or female, is upright, looking straight at you, nothing to hide type thing. Love that. You do have the, that's interesting. You have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So you have the Ten of Cups here, and then the Ten of Cups in reverse here. And the Ten of Cups in reverse is in your blessings. So it may be telling you here, Taurus, that your idea of the perfect situation, your idea of what it should be like, may be challenged. And it's a good thing for you to challenge that belief, that you may need to think outside the box. Because here we go. You have the Magician in your corner. The Magician is... well, a lot of people say he's Aries. Some people say he's Gemini. I think it's an Aquarius card, but regardless of what sign he or she is, this is a card of someone who can manifest things, can make changes, can morph from one way and one thing into another, can morph from one thing into another. That is absolutely beautiful energy. But you are taking off in a direction here. You are. Let me expand on that just a little bit. Let me see if here, I'll grab one of these. Yeah, don't tell the other signs about this, because I always end up doing each reading just a little bit different, and people sometimes get upset. But so let's look at this. Show me this Knight of Swords, please. Show me this Knight of Swords. You have the Page of Pentacles, and you have, wow, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So you're taking off towards this Queen. You're thinking, and see, these are oracle cards as well. You're thinking that this might not be a stable situation for you. The Page of Pentacles is an offer of some kind, a prospect. You're taking off in that direction. And here is the stability upside down. You're like, am I doing the right thing? You know, I am going to go for this, but I don't think it's stable. I don't think it's right. Like, there's something in your mind that's sort of playing tug of war. But I think that's a really good direction for you here. You do have Temperance at the bottom of the deck, which is Sagittarian energy. But, you know, more than that, it is healing. And I think healing is a thing. It is definitely part of this journey of yours, for sure, for sure. Wow, look at this. All right, so as we dip into next month, you have Sagittarius again. I mean, so you may have a Sagittarius that is highly aspected in your life at this time, or honestly, this could be a very serious sign that you need to alchemize something and change something and balance something and soothe something and heal something. It's a very angelic card that way. You may have, there's the walls. Remember we talked about the walls in this card? No, this card right here. The walls. This is the happiest card in the deck. What is standing between you and this happiness is that wall. And the walls, as we talked about before, need to come down. You may think that you are okay by yourself, It looks like you are. It looks like financially, anyway, you're good by yourself. You could be a very stubborn human being here, for sure. You do feel a lot of passion. But I do think this month you're going to go introspective, and you're going to make a choice here. Gemini, Virgo energy, Aquarian energy as well, Leo energy as well. But you're going to make a choice here, and it's going to be, I could see with this card coming in, you are listen, your choice is your choice, right? I can't sit and tell you, well, you're definitely going to do this, right? I can tell you what your choices are. But each of you they're going to make a different choice. I do know that these walls have to come down for you to be in a relationship with anyone. You do have money tree here, so that's a really good sign for your finances. And as we're dipping into next month, we have the possibility, and here we go, of you walking away from a situation. And what did I tell you just now? There is a choice. Some of you are going to choose to stay and remove that wall. Some of you are going to choose to walk away, for sure. You have here past lives. And it says you have known this person before. It's a soulmate from a past lifetime. You may or may not believe in past lives. I do. So sometimes soulmates come into our lives, in fact, most times, and they don't stay. They're here to teach us a lesson. We're here to learn, and then they move on. You know, if we're lucky, we find the one that we're supposed to be with, but we have many, many soulmates and many, many places and times to grow and learn. We do have here, yeah, here we go. You have change, right? There's a change for the better coming your way, right? Definitely. Definitely, definitely. And here we have the full moon in Aquarius. It says show the world the real you. I did tell you those walls have to come down. August 19th, the moon will be in the full moon. We will experience a full moon in Aquarius. So I think you should really shoot for this, because I told you we are dipping into next month here. I think next month you should really begin and really work diligently on removing walls, showing people who you really are. There is a gruff outer shell to whoever it is I'm reading for, and it says that, yeah, you can absolutely enchant people with who you really are. You have a ton of grace, you know, you do. There's a lot of things inside you that you keep hidden, that you keep sacred, that you keep very close to the chest. And my suspicion is that you probably haven't shown certain parts of yourself since you were very, very young. Very, very young. And I'm not talking about 20. I'm talking about like 5, you know, very, very young. You are going to move into a space of not feeling so trapped. You may go through some sleepless nights here, but I have to tell you, the clouds are going to lift because the moon in reverse heralds a time of confusion lifting and here you go. You have the strength card. So you have Cancerian energy here on the table. You have Leo energy again, and you have the Two of Cups, which is the perfect union between two people. Absolutely wonderful. And you do have here the Hermit, for good measure. You do have the Hermit who goes introspective with his thoughts to come out the other end, Virgo energy to come out the other end. And wow, look at this. I feel like I can keep going. You do have this card here, which is the Four of Cups, and you see like this is a person kind of being, I don't want that, like almost being stubborn. This is upside down. In a Taurus reading, that's a great sign. That means maybe your walls are coming down. Maybe they are. Maybe you do make a judgment call here. Lovely, lovely energy. Let's just clarify these last 2 columns here. You have in your warnings, scales. Keep your life in balance. I would say so. I mean, yeah, of course it could represent a Libra, but keep your life in balance. What did we say about the alchemist? She's alchemizing, she's balancing, she's soothing, she's healing. You need balance. There is something here that definitely needs balance. And it says an exciting event, right? And this is in your blessings column. There is a gong. There's something that's going to happen here, Taurus. I really like that for you. I'm going to pull one more card here. Probably pull 2 more. For Taurus, please. Challenges. Make a decision. Work on inner healing. Can't make that up, huh? Can't make that up. All right. Let's pull one of these guys. For Taurus, please. For Taurus, please. For Taurus, please. For Taurus, please. We have magnetism. Magnetism. Enchantment. Remember when we talked about that at the bottom of the deck? You have air. Air is always in motion. It's movement. It is forward movement. You see those horses, right? It is forward movement. And look at this enchantment. Enchantment, magnetism, attraction. You are going to be very attractive in the coming weeks. So I would take full advantage of that, Taurus, for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. I'd like to pull. Let me just get this deck together. It is a very big deck. I'm sure you've seen me use this before. It's not the easiest deck to maneuver. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 for Taurus, please. 1 and 2. You have stability, harmony, and you have Earth. Isn't that shocking? You came out in your own reading. So you have a Taurus here, Earth sign, and you have stability, harmony. That's what you're going for, especially with those Temperance cards, right? You're going for harmony. You're going for healing, right? Just make sure not to use money as a medicine here. Over here, you have the tendency to be closed off and guarded, and you have to watch that. So let's see. I'm just going to pull. I know that this is crazy. I'm going to pull one more card. And we have tough and trying times, right? Make decisions accordingly and avoid negative people. It is a little bit tough. I don't think it's going to be crazy trying, but I do think that internally you're going through some battles here, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I will see you next time. Taurus, I did forget one thing. I forgot to do this last card here. This is, dipping into next month. You do have the lightning, and the lightning is, and I'm pretty sure you got this card in the past. It's basically telling you that your work is not done. Your work is not done. Your work on yourself, on those walls, is not done, and it is followed by the sun, which is a very happy, masculine, beautiful card. So keep working on yourself. So sorry about that. I will see you next time.